Hello, my name is Francois, and welcome to Simple French Cooking. Today I want to teach you a really homey chicken dish that I love making. And you know, I was out foraging this morning with my dog and I came across all these beautiful ramps or wild garlic, and I just thought this would be the perfect dish to make today. All right, let's get cooking. So be sure to wash your ramps really well. They grow in muddy conditions. You want to cut the roots off and then separate the bulbs. And then we're just gonna chop up the stems and also dice up the ramp bulbs. You might notice they're a little bit like leeks in that they have several little layers. All right, now let's get the rest of the ingredients for the stuffing. And I like to use a sweet onion. Right now I'm using Vidalia onions. And then we're gonna dice up some celery. And you just want everything to be nice and fine. I mean, don't anguish over it, but just try to get it as small as possible. All right, now let's dice up our carrots. And I just love the sweetness that carrots give to the filling. All right, and then I had some fennel, so I'm just gonna chop up the leaves and the stalks. That's a part that people don't use too often, and for a little bit more body, I'll take a couple slices off the bottom or the fennel bulb. And we're just gonna dice those up as best as possible. You know, they kind of fall apart when you're doing it. Don't worry about it. This is a rustic dish. It's okay if everything's not perfectly sized. Now in a pan, you want to just heat up some butter and olive oil, and then just add all your ingredients. And we're just gonna let this cook very gently until everything is tender and the flavors are nice and well mixed. And be sure to season it up with a little bit of black pepper and salt. You could add some of your favorite herbs if you like. A lot of times I use a little bit of herbs de Provence, but then I guess I put herbs de Provence in just about everything. All right, we're just gonna let this cook, and now we should turn our attention to boning the chicken legs. So you just wanna make a slit down the leg and thigh along the bone, and then work your knife underneath to just loosen the meat from the bone. You don't have to be too perfect. Be sure to save these bones for next time you make chicken stock. You know, people stress a lot about trying to be perfect in a kitchen. Well, food's imperfect and so is life, so don't worry about it so much. There's no need to have added stress in your life. So just keep working your little knife around the bone. And the hardest parts are going to be at the joint there. There's a lot of like connective tissue and things you need to cut around, but just do your best to trim it away. The idea is not to break the chicken skin, so just take your time. Shouldn't take too long. All right, look at that, perfect. Now we're gonna take about half of the vegetables and add some breadcrumbs and egg yolk, and the egg yolk just binds it up. Just give it a good stir, mix it really well. And this is just to make sure that the stuffing holds together. Now season up your chicken legs with a little black pepper, herbs de Provence, a little bit of salt. And then I also like to use pimentoville, which is an Espelette pepper grown in California, and it's a delicious product. Every kitchen needs some of that. And then we're just gonna put the filling inside each of the boned out chicken legs. And you know, the idea of the filling is to kind of mimic where the bone was. You don't want too much, you just want enough. And then do your best to roll it up as tightly as possible. And then we're going to use a kitchen skewer and just kind of weave it through, you know, just so it connects both sides of the meat. And you know, once again, don't worry about the way it looks so much. This is going to hold together. It's going to be fine. You'll see in the end. I mean, You know, in the old days I would have tied this up, but this works perfectly fine and it's far quicker. All right, there you have it. Both legs are stuffed and ready to go. Now with the remainder of the vegetables, we're gonna add some chicken stock and we're gonna braise our legs inside of there. Now pop them into a nice warm oven, about 400 degrees, and just roast them till they're done. When they're done, I like to remove them from the pan and I slice them so you can see that beautiful filling. Ah, and the flavor on this is incredible. Now spoon some of those vegetables on the bottom. And here I'm serving with a green pasta. I'll put a link to in the description so you can get the recipe for that. Just a beautiful, simple dish like Grandma used to make. This looks fabulous. Such a simple and easy dish, very homey, something you would get at your grandma's house in Provence. Anyways, I just can't wait to eat this. But thank you so much for watching how to make a gigotine of chicken with wild garlic. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.